This is the model PH61 4-flavor shake machine. An added feature for this machine is its ability to heat the product in all areas of the freezer. During auto operation, the freezing cylinder maintains servable product while the hopper keeps the storage mix at safe refrigerated temperatures. During standby operation, the freezing cylinder and hopper maintain temperatures below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Each night, the freezer enters a mode of operation called the heat treatment cycle. This allows all product areas of the hoppers and freezing cylinders to heat over 150 degrees Fahrenheit to destroy any bacteria that may have accumulated during the day's use. When the heating cycle from the previous night is complete, the normal display will appear. The normal display is viewed when a machine is powered for normal operation. In this example, the first line indicates the machine is in standby. The second line indicates the temperature of the mix hopper. The last line shows the month and date that the machine needs to be disassembled and brushed clean. See your operator's manual for further information on screen menus. Remove the syrup hole plugs and spout cap from the freezer door. Brush each syrup port hole. With a small amount of sanitizer, brush clean the syrup ports in the freezer door, door spout, and syrup line fittings. Insert the adapter end of the squeeze bottle into the syrup port and squeeze the sanitizer through each port. Install the restrictor cap. Rinse a single service towel in sanitizing solution and wipe down the freezer door and area around the bottom of the freezer door. Install the shake cup holder. When ready to resume normal operation, press Auto. Calibrating the syrup flow must be done daily. Install the syrup sampler to the fitting on one of the syrup lines. Push the corresponding syrup flavor button. Hold an empty courtesy cup beneath the exit point of the syrup line. Press Calibrate. Press Wash. This will remove any air pockets from the syrup line. When a steady stream of syrup is flowing into the cup, press Calibrate to stop the syrup flow. Discard the syrup. Hold the calibrating cup under the syrup line. Press Calibrate. Press Auto to check the rate of syrup flow. After 5 seconds, the flow of syrup will automatically stop. If the amount of syrup received is 1 ounce, the syrup is properly calibrated. If the amount of syrup is less than 1 ounce, the syrup pressure must be increased. If the amount of syrup is more than 1 ounce, the pressure must be decreased. Loosen the lock nut. Using a screwdriver, turn the adjusting screw clockwise to raise pressure and counterclockwise to reduce pressure. Recheck syrup calibration. Tighten the lock nut after the correct calibration is achieved. Repeat on all syrup lines. Lightly lubricate the O-ring on each syrup fitting and attach them to the freezer door. Rotate upward to lock in place. The level of mix in the hopper must be above the mix-low probe, and the freezer must be in auto before the heat cycle may be started. Remove the hopper cover, shake cup holder, front drip tray splash shield, drip pans, and the agitator. Press Calibrate to stop the agitator for 10 seconds. Include the syrup hole plugs and the spout cap assembly and take these parts to the sink to clean and sanitize. Press Calibrate and install the agitator, replace the hopper cover, and install the rear drip pans. Remove the syrup lines and the restrictor cap. Brush each syrup port hole. Brush clean the syrup ports, the bottom of the door spout, and the syrup line fitting. Insert the adapter end of the squeeze bottle into the syrup port and squeeze the cleaner through each port. Fill the spout cap with sanitizing solution and install it while holding the draw handle closed. Install the syrup hole plugs. Rinse a single service towel in cleaning solution and wipe down the freezer door. This procedure must be performed at least once a week to break the bacteria chain. Remove the air line from all syrup tanks to relieve air pressure, and then remove the syrup lines. Remove the tank lids and discard syrups. Rinse the syrup tanks with clean, warm water. Prepare 1/2 gallon of the sanitizing solution with warm water in the syrup tank. Brush clean the inside and outside of the tank. Using an adjustable wrench, remove the syrup line fitting from each tank. Remove the O-ring from each syrup line fitting. Remove the dip tube and dip tube O-ring from each tank. Thoroughly brush clean each disassembled syrup tank. Place the O-ring back on the dip tube. Reassemble and tighten the syrup line fitting. Install the syrup line fitting O-ring. Pour off all of the sanitizing solution and place the tank in an upside-down position to air dry. Prepare 1 gallon sanitizing solution with warm water in the spare syrup tank. Replace and lock the tank lid and place it in the syrup compartment. Connect one of the air lines and its corresponding syrup line in the syrup compartment to the syrup tank with the sanitizing solution. Press the corresponding selector pad for that syrup flavor. Hold the syrup fitting and syrup sampler over a pail and press wash. The sanitizing solution will begin to flow through the syrup line. When all of the sanitizing solution has flushed through the syrup line and the syrup line is clear, press Calibrate. Clear the syrup line of any remaining sanitizer by turning the syrup tank upside down and depressing the syrup sampler into the mix pail. Repeat on all syrup lines. To disassemble, the following items will be needed: cleaning and sanitizing pails, necessary brushes, cleaner sanitizer, and single service towels. Cancel auto. Remove the shake cup holder. Remove the hopper cover and agitator. Press wash and pump and drain all of the product. When the flow of product stops, cancel wash and pump and close the draw valve. Discard this product. Remove the syrup lines from the freezer door. Remove the locking clip and mix feed tube. Remove the pump clip and the air mix pump. Take all of these to the sink for cleaning. Pour 2 gallons of cool water into the mix hopper. Brush the mix hopper and everything in the hopper, including the mix inlet hole. Press wash. Open the draw valve and drain all of the rinse water. Press wash to cancel the wash cycle. Repeat these steps using warm water until the water being discharged is clear. Pour 2 gallons of cleaning sanitizing solution into the hopper. While the solution is flowing into the freezing cylinder, brush clean the mix hopper and everything in the hopper again. Press wash. Open the draw valve and draw off all the solution into a bucket. Once the solution stops flowing, close the draw valve and press wash to cancel the wash cycle. Be sure the power switch is in the off position. Remove the restrictor cap. Remove the spinner blade. Remove the hand screws, freezer door, beater assembly with drive shaft seal and scraper blades. Remove the pump drive shaft. Remove the front drip tray, splash sealed, and drip pans. Return to freezer with a small amount of cleaning solution and the black brush. Brush clean the rear shell bearing. Brush clean the drive hub opening. Completely disassemble all components including O-rings and gaskets at the sink. Thoroughly brush clean all disassembled parts in cleaning sanitizing solution and remove all lubricant. Place the disassembled parts on a clean dry surface to air dry. Wipe clean all exterior surfaces of the freezer. Always use an approved food-grade lubricant. Lubricate the groove on the drive shaft, slide the seal into the groove, lubricate the inside portion of the drive shaft seal, apply an even coat of lubricant to the shaft. Do not lubricate the square end of the drive shaft. Place each scraper blade over the holding pins. Insert the drive shaft of the beater assembly into the freezing cylinder and engage. Place the O-ring into the groove of the door and insert the bearing. Install the freezer door and tighten the hand screws in a crisscross pattern. Slide the O-rings into the grooves of the draw valve and lubricate. Fill the cups on each end of the seal with lubricant. Place the seal onto the installation end of the tool. Lubricate the outer diameter of the seal. Insert the seal into the bottom of the draw valve. Lubricate the smaller end of the driven spinner. Insert the driven spinner until it snaps into place. Lubricate the inside of the freezer door spout, top and bottom. Insert the draw valve until the slot in the draw valve comes into view. Install and lubricate the pivot pin O-ring. Slide the fork of the draw handle into the slot of the draw valve and secure with the pivot pin. Lubricate the shaft of the spinner blade up to the groove. Insert the spinner blade, raise the locking collar, and insert the spinner shaft until the locking collar can drop into the locked position. Install the restrictor cap. Slide the rear drip pans into position. Install front drip tray and splash shield. Slide the O-ring into the groove of the piston. Slide the 2 large and 1 small O-ring and 2 large and 1 small check band into their respective grooves on the valve body. Lightly lubricate the inside wall of the piston and insert the valve body into the piston. Lubricate the inside of the pump cylinder at the bottom. Insert the piston and valve body into the bottom of the pump cylinder so the piston hole is visible. Install the O-ring and seal on the mix inlet fitting and lubricate. Attach the spring and pop it to the mix inlet fitting. Insert the mix inlet tube into the valve body and secure with the retaining pin. Install the O-rings on the mix feed tube and lubricate. Attach the locking clip to the pump. Lay the pump assembly, pump clip, mix feed tube, and agitator in the bottom of the mix hopper for sanitizing. Slide the O-rings into the grooves on the drive shaft and lubricate. Install the drive shaft. Pour 2 gallons of sanitizing solution into the mix hopper and allow it to flow into the freezing cylinder. Brush clean the mix hopper and everything in the hopper, including the mix inlet hole. Align the drive hole with the drive crank. Secure the pump by slipping the pump clip into position. Fill the hopper with sanitizing solution. Place the vinyl tube onto the air inlet tube for the pump. Be sure the free end is submerged in the sanitizing solution. Brush the sides of the hopper. Wait at least 5 minutes before proceeding with these instructions. Turn the power switch on. Press wash. With a pail beneath the door spout, open the draw valve and press pump. Draw off 2 quarts of sanitizing solution. Remove the vinyl tube from the air mix pump and draw off the remaining sanitizing solution. Press wash and pump and close the draw valve. Install the agitator. Stand the mix feed tube in the corner of the mix hopper. Remove the restrictor cap. Return to the freezer with a small amount of sanitizing solution. Brush clean the syrup ports, bottom of the door spout, and the syrup line fittings. Brush each syrup porthole. With a pail beneath the door, insert the adapter end of the squeeze bottle and squeeze sanitizer through the syrup ports. This procedure should be performed for at least 10 seconds per port. Install the restrictor cap and connect the syrup lines. With a mix pail beneath the door spout, open the draw valve. Pour 2.5 gallons of fresh mix into the mix hopper. When full strength mix is flowing from the door spout, close the draw valve. When mix stops flowing into the freezing cylinder, remove the locking clip. Insert the outlet end of the mix feed tube into the mix inlet hole in the mix hopper. Place the inlet end of the mix feed tube into the outlet fitting of the mix pump. Secure with the locking clip. Fill the hopper with fresh mix and place the mix hopper cover in position. Install the shake cup holder. Press auto. When the machine cycles off, the product will be ready to serve. We hope this program will be helpful in the proper operation of your Taylor freezer.